Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi Batra and this is your favorite show, Daily Calls, the show that answers all your stock-related queries on the program. In case you are here for the first time, but the WhatsApp number is flashing on your screens. This is where you send me all the questions that you have regarding the stocks in your portfolio, and you can also send in your name, location and your contact details. We can give you an opportunity to speak live to our top guests and seek a custom-made advice as well. Now, we can also do is that YouTube Business Today channel is where you can log on to, go on to Daily Calls Live, use the comment section there to send me some of your questions. I'll be happy to take that with our top guests as well. Let me welcome our guest on board first and introduce him to all of you. Mr. Tejas Shah is with us, Vice President Technical Research at JM Financial Services, who's going to share his views on the markets and to answer your queries as well. Tejas, welcome. Good afternoon to you. Help us first with a fresh view, because 6 weeks of losses consecutively is what the markets have already gone into. Do you think we're getting into an oversold kind of a scenario in the markets? Will there be a bounce back, or will the consolidative journey continue?
Good afternoon, Sakshi, and good afternoon to viewers. So, as far as the Nifty view is concerned, the overall chart setup is still weak. Nifty is making lower low both on the daily and a weekly chart. Plus, it is trading below short-term moving averages. Last Friday, we have seen a close below 24,500 mark, which shows that there is an inherent weakness in the market. Today's rally just looks like a pullback rally. On immediate basis, the resistance is at 24,600 level, whereas positional resistance is at around 24,800 mark. As long as these two resistance levels are intact, we believe that the downtrend in Nifty is likely to continue. And on immediate basis, Nifty can test the level of 24,200, where 200-day EMA support is there. And if that level breaks, then we can expect 24,000 also on the downside from 1 week to 10 days perspective. As far as Nifty Bank view is concerned, there also the bias is negative. Nifty Bank has given a breakdown below 56,200 mark last week, and post that we are continuously seeing that Nifty is making lower low on the daily chart. Today also we are witnessing some minor bump up rally, but we believe that the overall chart setup is very weak. In last Friday's session, we have seen Nifty forming Bank Nifty forming a bearish engulfing candlestick pattern on the daily chart, which is a negative candle. So today's rally should be used to liquidate long positions in Bank Nifty. We believe that on immediate basis, 55,650 is a major hurdle for the Bank Nifty, and unless this level is decisively closed, we feel that the weakness in Bank Nifty is likely to continue. And from 1 week perspective, Bank Nifty can test the level of 54,500 on the downside.
Got that. Let me ask you upfront, any key stocks that have come onto your radar in this fresh new week? Are you looking at any fresh buys?
So because the market is a bit choppy and the trend is weak, one should look to buy quality stocks like Larsen and Toubro. So L&T, if you see post the result, we have seen a sharp rally in the stock, and the stock is also in a positive territory. It is trading above its 20-day and 50-day exponential moving average. We are witnessing a flag formation on the daily chart. So if you get any dip, look to buy this stock with a stop loss below 3,509. On the upside, the first target will be 3730, and if that level is surpassed, then we can expect 3850 also on the higher side. So buy and dip should be the strategy in L&T Limited.
Okay, got that. Let me now just welcome all our viewers who are joining in on our program. On our YouTube, we have Shomalia, we also have Ankur Modi, Roshan Pradhan joining in, Manoj Pai Kapadia is with us, Tekpal Bhatia is with us, Munish Gupta, Vinod Chaudhary. Welcome to all of you for joining in early and sending in us your questions. We have a lot of people who are also joining in on our WhatsApp to ask their questions as well. So keep sending them on, and over the next 45-50 minutes, we'll try and address as many questions as we can. So let's first take Shomalia Biswas's question. He's from Kolkata. He says, I have 12 lots of Nifty of 21 August and at 24,800 call option that he has got at 58.6 levels. He wants to know what is the stop loss and the target of this option that he can look at, and if he should continue to hold on to it or not.
So I think he is holding a long position in Nifty, but as I shared my view that the bias is negative, and we have also witnessed a fresh breakdown in Nifty in last Friday's session once Nifty closed below 24,500 mark. So I think so if there is any pullback rally, he should look to exit the long position in Nifty.
Okay. Let me just take another one. This is Ankur Modi. He says, hi Sakshi, good afternoon. Hope you're doing great. Very well, Ankur. Thanks a lot for asking, and I hope the same for you. The question is that I want to ask about Genus Power. He says, despite having good results, the stock has not been really gaining. So what should I be doing at this point in time? Should I average? Should I invest afresh or hold on my position? What exactly should I be doing is the question. So not too many details about Genus Power. Original, what is the level at which the stock has been bought at, but at the current stage, what is the chart telling you?
So as far as Genius Power is concerned, the structure is strong. Stock is holding above long-term and short-term moving averages, but it is in a consolidation phase. The support zone is around 345 to 350 levels. At the same time, the resistance for the stock is at around 395 to 400 levels. So I think so. He should continue to hold the long position with a stop loss below 345. The first target should be around 394, which is the previous swing high. If that level crosses, then the next target should be around 410. So my advice is to hold the long position with a stop loss below 345.
Okay. Taking the next one, this one is from Roshan Pradhan. He wants to know about one of the stocks called IGI. This is one of the recently listed shares that we have. So the technical patterns will be very less for you to really understand. International Gemological Institute of India is what he's looking at. And he wants to say that he already has about 35 shares here. Now this he bought at 417. The stock has been inching lower. What exactly do you foresee? Today also the stock is down by 4%.
So as far as international IGIL is concerned, the overall chart structure is weak. The stock has breached the recent swing low of 341. So the outlook is bearish on immediate basis. The support for the stock is at around 322 level. If that level breaks, then the downward momentum should accelerate, and in that case, the stock can test the level of 282 to 288, where the long term support is there for the stock. So I think so. If he wants to average it out, then 282 to 288 will be the ideal level. If he is a trader, then he should keep a stop loss of 322 on a closing basis.
Taking the next one then, this one is from Ankur. The question is, hi Sakshi, we want to know about PG Electroplast fall. What is the key reason, and is this being seen as a buying opportunity or not? Yes, you are right. PG Electroplast has been a key stock that has been consistently falling. Now for last couple of sessions, we have seen now almost a 16% drop today. The stock is now dropped to 494 odd levels, given up the 500 levels as well. Now this is after the company on Friday had cut their growth targets, outlook targets that they had mentioned. In fact, in the last two sessions, the stock has dropped by 37%. That's the kind of fall that we have already seen in the stock as well. Remember, the company had come out with the earnings, and the company has actually been cutting its revenue and profit growth guidance for the current fiscal year. So for the if we look at the current financial year, revenue targets have actually, growth guidance has been sharply cut by the company. They expect the revenue to be in the range of 5,700 to 5,800 crores. That is implying a growth of 17 to 18% or 17 to 19%. Remember, the company had earlier guided a revenue growth of 30%. Now, even for the profit growth guidance, the company has given a profit growth guidance of 300 to 310 crores. Again, marking a growth of 3 to 7% as against its earlier guidance of 39%. And this is what is really, dampened the sentiments across the investors community. 37% of a cut is what we have actually seen on the stock in the last couple of sessions only. A lot of concerning points for investors at large, or for PG Electroplast, this was a stock which was in fact buzzing in the last couple of weeks. It was soaring pretty strongly, and pat comes the growth guidance cut, and the stock has actually given up all those gains. How would you look at it, Tejas?
So as far as PG Electrocast is concerned, the stock is in an extremely oversold territory, both on a daily and weekly chart. So there can be a bump up rally in the stock. Immediate basis, the hurdle is at around 550, 560 level, and above that, the next hurdle is at around 607 level. So in case if there is any pullback rally, I think so one should look to exit the long positions.
Okay, fair point. I hope this has really helped you out there. Let me just look at some other questions that are coming in on our WhatsApp then. We have this question from Bharti Patel. She says, I have 200 shares of HDB Financial at 700 levels. I bought it recently. I also hold TCS shares at 2300 for the long term. What exactly should I be doing here for 1 to 2 years time frame? So one is HDFC Bank's recently listed HDB Financial. Here again the charts are very limited for you. Bought at 700 levels. Currently it's at 745, so she's holding on to profits. The other one is TCS, bought at 2300 for the long term, again sitting on profits there. What should be done?
So, because there is a limited data in HDB Financial, I would suggest that hold on to the long positions. If he's a short-term trader, then 730 should be the stop loss. The resistance for the stock is at around 770 and 800 levels. So, continue to hold a long position if you are a trader with a stop loss below 730. Which is the another stock you said?
TCS?
So TCS, we have seen a sharp correction in the stock, but it is trading close to the long-term support. 2900 to 3000 is a very strong support from long-term perspective. So I would suggest if he's an investor, then continue to hold the long positions with the stop loss below 2800. From 1 year perspective, the target should be around 30 to 50 on an immediate basis, and if that level is taken out, then the stock can go up to 3490 to 3500 levels. So I would suggest hold on to long position with a stop loss below 2800, and 1 year target should be around 3500.
Okay, fair point. Let me just quickly also look at some of the other aspects then. We have this question that's come in from one of our viewers, that is from Mr. Dasaradhi. He says, hi Sakshi, I'm holding 200 shares of Star Cement at 156. I want to add more. So is current price also a good time to enter, or should I wait it a bit for some more correction to add this more to my portfolio? So bought at 156, now it's at 261. What is the advice?
The stock has clearly, it is an outperformer stock in the recent time. The market is, going lower, but the stock is, making a new all-time high. In Friday's session, the stock has made a new all-time high. I would suggest, the stock has rallied quite sharply in last 15 to 20 days. So, wait for some correction. Ideal level to go long for the stock will be anywhere in the range of 230 to 235 level, where the 50-day exponential moving average is. So, for averaging, I think so one should not average it out at current level. Wait for a correction, and 230 to 235 will be ideal level to go long.
Okay, got that. Let me just quickly, understand what else is coming in. Akhilesh is writing in now from our viewers on WhatsApp. Hi, Akhilesh. The question is on two stocks. One is SJVN and the other one is from the auto ancillary pack, Samvardhana Motherson. The question is, I want to know an overview on both these stocks and whether these are good stocks to hold for the portfolio. SJVN as well as Samvardhan Motherson. If you could look at the charts of both and tell us, Tejas.
So right now, if you look at the daily chart of SGVN, the stock is clearly in the downtrend. It is making lower low, and it is unable to surpass the 200-day exponential moving average. 200-day exponential moving average resistance for the stock is at around 100 and 101 level. So unless this resistance zone is taken out, I don't see any major strength in the stock. On immediate basis, the support is at 90 level, whereas the next positional support is at around 83 level. So I would suggest that in case if he's a trader, then look to exit on a pullback rally. The other stock you said Motherson Sumi, right?
Samvardhan Madasan, that's right. 89.9.
Yeah, so this stock has also given a breakdown recently. Once it closed below the level of 97, the stock is making lower low. I would suggest, if he's a long-term investor, then he can average it out at around 87 level. Positionally, the stock is looking weak unless the stock doesn't take out the level of 100. The bias is slightly negative in the near term.
Okay. Let's take another question. Manoj Bhai Kapadia wants to know from our YouTube channel, NSTL का IPO मुझे मिला है मैम, एक साल तक रुक सकता है, क्या करना चाहिए, ये जानना चाहते हैं. तो पहले तो कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशंस मिस्टर कपाडिया, आपको NSTL का IPO अलॉट हुआ. उसके बाद आज भी आपने इस शेयर में तेज़ी देखी. ये स्टॉक ऑलमोस्ट 1400 के ऊपर तक जाता हुआ नज़र आया है और लिस्टिंग के बाद भी आपको एक अच्छा मूव देखने को मिला है. अब थोड़ा सा वीकनेस आ रही है स्टॉक में, लेकिन ऊपरी लेवल से आज, लेकिन अभी भी हरे निशान में बना हुआ है. 1% ऊपर है NSTL का IPO 1313 के लेवल्स पर. पहला तो ये इनका जो सवाल है इसके ऊपर क्या कहना चाहेंगे अभी आप. यहाँ पर भी आपके लिए चार्ट्स बहुत लिमिटेड हैं, लेकिन ओवरऑल NSTL जो कि डिपॉजिटरीज की कंपनी है, CDSL के ही परफॉर्मेंस के हिसाब से अगर हम देखें पिछले 7 साल में 900% से भी ज़्यादा का रिटर्न मिला है. तो जिन लोगों को IPO मिला है NSTL का, किस व्यू से उनको रखना चाहिए ये?
सी अगर इनका लंबी अवधि का नजरिया है तो डेफिनेटली होल्ड कर सकते हैं. चार्टिकली मैं ज़्यादा कमेंट नहीं कर पाऊंगा क्योंकि डेटा इज इनसफिशिएंट. बट क्योंकि अगर इनका नजरिया अगर लंबी अवधि का है तो बने रह सकते हैं स्टॉक में. जैसे कि हमने देखा CDSL में भी लोगों ने अच्छा खासा मुनाफा बनाया, तो दिस स्टॉक ऑल्सो शुड आउट परफॉर्म गोइंग फॉरवर्ड. तो यहाँ पे अगर कोई दूसरा करेक्शन भी आता है तो आई थिंक सो ये पोजीशन और एवरेज इट आउट भी कर सकते हैं और लंबी अवधि के नजरिए से होल्ड कर सकते हैं स्टॉक को.
ठीक है. तेजा नेल्लोर से हमें लिखते हैं और लिखते हैं, आई हैव अ 3-year डॉटर राइट नाउ. आई वांट टू एक्चुअली स्टार्ट प्लानिंग फॉर हर मैरिज फ्रॉम नाउ इटसेल्फ. आई कैन इन्वेस्ट 5 लाख रुपीज़ एंड आई वांट टू इन्वेस्ट इन बजाज फाइनेंस. सो एम आई थिंकिंग ऑन द राइट लाइन्स और वेयर एल्स शुड आई पुट दिस मनी? Okay, Teja, that's a very well thought of move that you want to start off pretty much early to avoid any kind of financial strain later on in your life. So let's find out whether at this point in time cumulative 5 lakh rupees should be invested in just one stock or should you diversify, and where exactly can you actually aim to make more money. How would you explain, Tejas, to one of our viewers here?
I think first of all, he should not put all the money in one stock. He should diversify. Since he wants to invest 5 lakhs rupees, I think so he can invest in 5 different stocks, 1 lakh rupees each. And as far as Bajaj Finance is concerned, the long term support for the stock is at around 840 to 850 level, where the 200 exponential moving average is. So that will be a good level to enter long position. Apart from Bajaj Finance, I think so Reliance is a one counter where he can look to buy this stock on a dip. L&T is also another stock where the fundamentals are also very strong. So these are the three stocks which we like from a long term perspective. And from the metal space, even the Tata Steel is also good, where he can put some money whenever the correction happens. The long term support for the stock is anywhere in the range of 149 to 150 level.
Absolutely. Let's look at another one that we have. This one is from Raghu. He's from Hyderabad. He says, I would like to know about Voltamp transformers. After the recent correction, is it a good time to buy this stock? I have a 2 to 3 year time horizon. Can I look at Voltamp?
See, right now, if you look at the daily chart, the stock is in a clear-cut downtrend. The stock has breached all the support levels. The previous swing low was anywhere close to 8,500 level, and after breaching that support level, we have seen a sharp fall in the stock. Stock is also, trading below its key moving averages, both 50-day and 200-day exponential moving averages. So I think so he should avoid buying right now. If there is any further fall and if the stock comes down to 7,100 to 73 area, then that will be the ideal level to go long from a positional perspective.
Okay, got that. Let me just quickly take some more questions coming in again on our YouTube. We have a lot of new viewers also joining in. Arihant Pappant writes in, says, hi, this is a very helpful show for us. Thank you, Arihant, for writing in. The question is on Lemon Tree Hotels. He already has this stock in his portfolio at 138 levels. He wants to know, can he continue to hold on to his existing position? Is it also an opportunity to add afresh at the current levels on Lemon Tree?
So I would suggest that continue to hold on to long position. The stock is trading close to the support zone, long term support area, which is at around 139 to 140 level. So he can keep a trailing stop loss of 139 and hold on to the long position.
Okay, Gunjan writes in, says, good afternoon, Sakshi. I need your help on Paradeep Phosphates. I bought this stock at 226 levels. Again, I want to know whether I should hold on or average.
So Paradeep Phosphate, the stock has, it's a clearly an outperformer stock in the recent time, and the stock is trading close to all-time high level. So I would not suggest her to, average it out. But the whatever the position she has got, she can continue to hold on the long position. She can keep a trailing stop loss of 207. The stock is trading in a uncharted territory. On immediate basis, the resistance for the stock is at 234 level. If this level is surpassed, then the next resistance will be around 245 level. So I would not suggest to average it out, but continue to hold the long position with a stop loss below 207, and the target should be 234 and 245 on the higher side.
Okay, let's take another one. This one is from one of our viewers, Jay Shiv. He says, hi, this is a very useful show for us. Thank you, Jay, for writing in. The question is on Flair Writing Industries. He bought this stock at 338 and wants to know, can he continue to hold on, and what is the target and stop loss that he can maintain on this stock?
Can you please repeat the name of the stock?
Flair Writing. 319 is the current level at which it is trading at, just about 0.1% higher today.
Yeah, so the stock is clearly an outperformer, and after forming a swing high of 357 recently, now the stock is in a correction mode. Positionally, the chart setup is strong, so he can keep a trailing stop loss of 301 and continue to hold on to the long position. On immediate basis, the resistance is at 334 level, and if that level is surpassed, the next resistance is at 357 level. So hold with the stop loss below 301 level.
Yes, hi Sakshi, good afternoon. Good afternoon to you, Nancy, as well. How are you? The question is on LG Equipment. She has this stock in her portfolio at 555 levels, 555. She says, results are coming in tomorrow. Should I wait? Should I exit? It's fallen quite a bit in the last 1 week. So what should be my strategy here on LG Equipments?
So LG Equipment, recently in last 3 days, we have seen a sharp fall in the stock from the level of 588, and last week the stock has also breached its 50-day and long-term moving averages of 200-day. Positionally, the stock is trading, close to its next major support level of 499. So I would suggest, to hold on to the long position with a strict stop loss below 499. And if there is any pullback rally up to 545, 550 level, where one should look to exit the long position.
Okay. Kaushik Rana writes in, says, hi Sakshi, how are you? I'm very well. Thanks for writing in, Kaushik. He's from Vadodara in Gujarat. Kaushik says, I want to know about Reliance Industries. I'm consistently doing SIPs in this stock. I want to know what is the outlook. Okay, for sure, Kaushik will get you a view. The largest stock listed by market cap, 13,677 currently. Today, at the day's high at this point in time, 0.7% higher. Somebody who's doing a SIP consistently in Reliance Industries. What's the outlook that you have?
See, Reliance has been the leader in the market and the stock has corrected from 1550 level. But right now the stock is trading above around its 200 exponential moving average, which is at around 1275 levels. Below that, two major supports for the stocks are at 1330 and 1280 level. We believe that till the time these two support levels are intact, positionally the outlook for the stock is positive. So if he's an investor, he can keep a stop loss of 1280, and whenever there is a correction, he can add long positions.
Okay, let's take another one. This one is from one of our viewers, Munish Gupta on our YouTube channel. Says, hi Sakshi, hi Tekpal ji, कैसे हैं आप? हाय मनीष जी, कैसे हैं आप? और मनीष जी ने लिखा है कि अपोलो हॉस्पिटल्स के ऊपर जानना चाहते हैं, लॉन्ग टर्म के लिए एंट्री लेवल्स के लिए आपसे गाइडेंस जानना चाहते हैं खास तौर पर. तो हॉस्पिटल स्पेस से अपोलो हॉस्पिटल्स, हाउ इज द स्टॉक लुकिंग टू यू एंड व्हाट काइंड ऑफ गाइडेंस कैन यू शेयर विद हिम?
तो अपोलो हॉस्पिटल की बात करें, क्योंकि इनका नजरिया लंबी अवधि का है, 6900 टू 6950 इज अ वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग सपोर्ट जोन फ्रॉम अ इन्वेस्टमेंट पर्सपेक्टिव. तो अगर वहां पे अगर इनको स्टॉक मिलता है तो डेफिनेटली इसमें बाई पोजीशन बना सकते हैं विद अ पोजिशनल स्टॉप लॉस बिलो 6650. स्टॉक अभी शॉर्ट टर्म में थोड़ा दबाव में रहेगा, बट अगर लंबी अवधि का नजरिया है तो 6900 टू 6950 विल बी आइडल लेवल टू गो लॉन्ग विद अ स्टॉप लॉस बिलो 6650.
Okay, let's take the next one then. This one is from one of our viewers, Vinod Chaudhary. He says, hi Sakshi ma'am and hi Tejas sir. I need multiple entry suggestions on Shriram Finance. I have a 3 to 4 year time horizon. I already hold some shares of the stock in my portfolio. So multiple entry levels if you can suggest for Shriram Finance.
So as far as Shriram Finance is concerned, because his view is from long-term perspective, the major support for the stock is at around 575 to 578 level, and below that the next support is at around somewhere close to 525 level. So these are the two major supports for the stocks where he can look to invest from long-term perspective.
ठीक है. Let's take another one. This one is from Ratna Prabha. She says, hi Sakshi, can you tell me a view on Welspun Corporation? I have been holding this share in my portfolio. I have 160 shares at 930 levels in my portfolio. So what is the outlook of Welspun Corp?
So as far as Welspun Corp is concerned, if he's an investor, then the long-term support for the stock is close to 810 level. As long as the stock is holding above this level, the positional outlook for the stock is positive. In the near term, the support for the stock is close to 850 level, whereas the positional support is at 810 level. So till the time these two support levels are intact, the bias for the stock is positive from long-term perspective.
Okay, got that. Let's take the next one. This one is from one of our viewers again, especially Partha Sarthi Sri Krishna. Warm welcome to you, Partha Sarthi, seeing your question for the first time. The question is on power grid. And he says, I want to know about power grid, what's the outlook, and if there is any multi-bagger stock that you could suggest to him for the next 5 to 7 years, what exactly would you say?
So as far as the power grid is concerned, the stock is clearly, trading in a sideways consolidation mode. On the upside, the resistance is close to around 300 to 302 level, whereas the support for the stock is close to 80, 82 levels. So I think if he's holding long position, the stop loss for the stock should be 280. As long as stock is holding above 280 level, the outlook for the stock is mildly positive. And as far as multi-bagger is concerned, I think so one should stick to the large cap stocks, because right now the market is in a strong grip of bears in a short term perspective, from short term perspective. So I think so the earlier the ideas which I shared, like Reliance, L&T, Tata Steel, these are the few stocks where he can look to buy these stocks on a minor dip.
Okay, got that. Let me just take another one then. This one is again from one of our viewers. We'll take one WhatsApp question. This one is from Shivakumar. He says, good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon to you, Shiv Kumar ji. He has Castrol shares in his portfolio. 150 shares at the rate of 250. What to do in Castrol? Should he book his losses right now or wait for next 6 to 8 months period, Tejas? On Castrol.
So Castrol, right now the stock is trading close to the support level of 203. So I would suggest then keep a strict stop loss of 203 and hold on to the long position. And if there is any pullback rally, then look to exit the stock close to 218 to 220 level. Stop loss for the long position is at 203.
Okay. Taking the next one then, we have this question from Sanjeev. He says, मेरे पास मुझे ग्रीन पैनल के बारे में पूछना है. 315 के शेयर्स लिए हुए हैं, 100 शेयर्स हैं मेरे पास. यहाँ पर आउटलुक क्या है आपका ग्रीन पैनल इंडस्ट्रीज पर? जो परचेज प्राइस है वो 315 है. करंटली अगर देखा जाए तो 273 के लेवल्स हैं.
अगर ग्रीन पैनल की हम बात करें तो स्टॉक में हमने रिसेंटली अच्छी खासी मुनाफा वसूली देखी है फ्रॉम द लेवल ऑफ 330 और स्टॉक अभी जो है एक लॉन्ग टर्म सपोर्ट के करीबन ट्रेड कर रहा है. 256 इज द लॉन्ग टर्म सपोर्ट फॉर द स्टॉक. आई थिंक अगर छोटी अवधि का नजरिया है तो 256 के स्टॉप लॉस से बने रह सकते हैं और यहाँ से अगर कोई पुलबैक रैली आती है 293 से लेके 295 के करीबन तो वहां पे उनको एग्जिट करना चाहिए.
ठीक है. All right, Tejas, thank you so much for being with us and for sharing all those insights with all our viewers. Appreciate your presence with us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, viewers, we will now get into the second segment, and we'll be waiting by to welcome our second guest. Meanwhile, we'll quickly look at how the markets are shaping up at half-time trade. You can clearly see 24,435, so we are up 71 points. So we've slowly and gradually found our firm, feet above the ground. But let's look at where the concern is. The concern is that India VIX continues to be 3% higher in trade. PSU banks, they have shot up definitely in trade 1.5% higher. Real estate is doing well as well. We've also seen a pickup happen in the pharma stocks right now. They were absolutely flat in the morning trade. Autos have driven into a faster lane as well. Broader markets are improving, especially the mid caps, but consumer durables still continue to reel under pressure. Over 1% kind of losses can be seen. But Tata Motors has picked up some speed. You can see 2.8% higher for Tata Motors. State Bank of India about 2% higher again post earnings. Grasim post earnings 2% up. Trent, Ultratech Cement, Cipla, these are the other top movers. Adani Enterprises has shot up as well. It's the top moving stock in the F&O space right now. Ashok Leyland, Supreme Industries, these are the other top movers. Whereas when we look at the declining side, ICICI Bank has dragged by 1%. You can see Hero Moto, Bajaj Auto also declining, BEL, HDFC Life. These are some of the other stocks that are still reeling under some pressure as well. So that's how some of the news points are among the stocks that are moving on the Nifty. Let me also do a deeper dive and help you understand from the broadest index what's happening. DOMS Industries is higher in trade, 10 to 11% higher. Remember, this is as a reaction to strong set of numbers that have actually come in for the company as well. Let me just read out for you. This is a stationery maker, and when we look at the kind of numbers that the company has posted, that's also pretty much strong on all the parameters that we have seen for the company. I will just detail for you. In fact, there's a Q1 beat across the board. JM Financial has also given a buy rating on DOMS Industries. Profit has risen by 10.5%. The company has also announced a dividend record date as well, and that's also keeping the sentiments updated. 11.2% higher for DOMS. Let me highlight for you. What's the first quarter profit come in at for FY26? It's at 57.3 crores. There's also a strong revenue growth that the company has posted. 26% jump in revenue to 562 crores. Operationally, EBITDA has grown by 13.8%. Margins, however, have narrowed to 17.5% vis-a-vis 19.4%. So volume growth, sales have increased, but the margins have fallen. So that's something that you should keep an eye out on. But the company has also fixed September 15th as the record date to determine eligible shareholders for the first final dividend of about 3.15 rupees per share for FY25. This was recommended back in May and is now getting announced, and of course 15th September is the record date. So if you have the stock in your portfolio till then, you will be able to enjoy the benefits of the dividend as well for the company. So that's something that you can keep an eye out on as well. Let me quickly look at some of the other stocks that are buzzing. We have Sangvi Movers, that's on a higher note. You have about 6% up in trade. You also have Apollo Microsystems. You have names like Yatra Online, that's up, MIRC Electronics, that's up in trade. You also have names like GE Power, that's up. DOMS we've already marked out. TVS Supply Chain Solutions is higher. Transformers and Rectifiers of India, that's also hovering higher. And Prostam Infosystems, another recently listed stock, that's also buzzing in trade. Let's welcome another guest on board. Sneha Podar, Vice President Research Analyst at Motilal Oswal Financial Services, is joining in. Hi Sneha, warm welcome. A quick take on the markets, and we have a slow, lot of questions that are coming in your way.
Okay, very good morning. And so basically, the markets, today, the positive momentum that we're witnessing in the market is because of the optimism with regards to the likely talks between US and Russia, wherein people are hoping that at least, they'll be able to reach to some conclusion, and probably the war would be halted. So if that development does take place, then it would be good for the markets, because at least one uncertainty will be out, and probably it will shape the future of the trade deals that the US is initiating with various countries, and that includes India too. So this talk between US and Russia holds a lot of importance, because that will decide that, in fact, that will provide the direction to the market. But otherwise, still then the markets will continue to will continue to consolidate in a broad range with a little negative bias if there's no clarity that emerges from this talk. So it's very crucial for the outcome to come on the positive side. So let's hope for the best.
Okay. Let me now take some questions with you that are coming in from our viewers list of questions for you, Sneha. We'll start taking this question from our YouTube first, and this one is from one of our viewers who says, okay, I'm a very big fan of Business Today channel. Thank you so much for writing in. Don't have your name, so do not know who's written it. But the question is on AB Capital, Aditya Birla Capital, bought at 268. Should I hold or average?
Okay, so Aditya Birla Capital recently came out with very good set of numbers. So my suggestion would be to hold on to it. The kind of outlook that the company gave was quite positive, and moreover, I mean, their NBFC, which is the main bread and butter, that business is expected to pick up a lot of momentum from second half, when the festive season sets in, and the overall credit offtake takes on a good note. So Aditya Birla Capital, I would suggest that one should hold on in their portfolio from the long-term perspective. And though the NIMs did contract this quarter, but then from second half we expecting that the credit cost will gradually come down, and the NIMs will start improving for the overall NBFC space, and that including Aditya Birla Capital as well. So we're quite positive on the company, given their overall healthy asset quality, and good ROEs of about 15%, and earnings CAGR of about 25% that we're expecting over next 2 to 3 years.
Okay, got that. Let's take another one. This one is from one of our viewers again. He says, I want to know about Technocraft Industries. Why is this stock down, and what should be my strategy here on Technocraft Industries? Let's quickly pull up the stock to see how the stock has been looking at this point in time, and find out if there is Any kind of a concern on the stock? Yes, it's 9.9% down right now at 2,688. Any suggestion on this one? What should be the strategy?
Sorry, Sakshi, we do not cover this stock.
Okay, fine. Unfortunately, we won't be able to give you a view since our guest does not cover this, but let's take some questions on our WhatsApp as well that are coming in for Sneha to answer. Okay, this question that we have is from one of our viewers, Mohan from Bengaluru. He says, is it a good time to accumulate Chambal fertilizers? We have been seeing some dips. I want to invest, I want to stay invested for long term. I already have 100 stocks and I'm sitting on a 5% profit right now. So what is the ideal strategy I adopt here?
Okay. So Chambal fertilizer, definitely it's a very good levels to accumulate this stock. So probably it can be done in a little staggered manner, and between 450 to 550 levels, the stock can be accumulated. Overall, the fertilizer stocks have done really well, and with the good monsoon and upcoming Kharif season, which is expected to be really good, so the fertilizer stocks will continue to do well, and fundamentally we are fundamentally the company is pretty good, so one can actually accumulate this at this fall.
Okay, fair point. I hope this has also helped you out. Let me just quickly look at some of the other questions that are coming in. We have this question from one of our viewers again on our WhatsApp. This one is from, okay, we have this question from on Adani Total Gas. Swati from Jalandhar writes in. She says, Adani Total Gas, I already bought this stock at 600 levels. Should I hold or average?
Okay, see, Adani Total Gas, depending upon what's the horizon, basically my suggestion would be to get out of this stock. Oil and gas is a pretty volatile sector, and there's a lot of regulations which is involved. So ideally, such stocks should be looked at more from the trading perspective rather than from the long-term perspective. So if the horizon is long-term, definitely I would suggest to move out of this sector and move to some good fundamentally strong sectors, like for example capital goods, industrial, cables and wires, electronic manufacturing. So those are the long-term themes that one can really look at. From the short-term perspective, probably the stock might consolidate over here, but it will take time to bounce back. So my suggestion would be to get out.
Okay. Next, we have this question from Hansa Sharma. She's from Delhi. Says, can you please tell me about how to proceed with Mazagon Dock shares? I purchased them at 3,490, sitting on losses. Should I continue to keep for long term? What is the near future? I don't want to stay, in the company where my money is blocked. What exactly would your advice be? Yes, we have seen, you're right, Hansa, that, twice over in the last 1.5 years, two times we've seen defense stocks really rally pretty sharply and after that get into a consolidative mode. We did see even for Mazagon Dock, it really rallied sharply, and you probably have just entered right at the peak of that rally. And now you're feeling that there is a, fall from that level, and what should your suggestion, strategy be? We'll try and understand from Sneha, what is the ideal way to, approach this one then?
See, Mazga's Dock is a fundamentally very strong company, and agree with you, Sakshi, that the defense stocks, they rally very sharply, and then they witness sharp correction, and then they go into consolidation mode. So that's the nature of the sector. But having said that, we need to understand this nature and then accordingly trade into it. So basically, now is the time that the caller can actually accumulate at this level and bring down the average cost price, because the defense theme is it's going to stay for next few years. It's a very strong theme, and government is very serious about building the pushing the overall defense base of India. So there's no dearth of order. A lot of orders are flowing in, and it's just a matter of time. So it's the best time to accumulate the stock, since you are a long term investor. So take this as an opportunity and average down your cost of buying, because you can continue to hold on to this stock from next few years perspective.
Okay, got that. I hope this has answered your question. We also have another stock question that's coming in again from the defense pack. This one is from Bharat Patel. He wants to know about GRSC now. Again, he bought this at 2800. 80 shares is what he has. यहाँ पर आपसे वो व्यू जानना चाहते हैं हिंदी में.
ओके, सो जीआरएससी भी एक अच्छी कंपनी है, एंड वो सिमिलर अगर आप देखेंगे तो मजगौर डॉग जैसा ही सिमिलर उसमें भी स्टॉक करेक्शन दिख रहा है, बट काफ़ी अच्छा करेक्शन हो चुका है यहाँ पे। अब स्टॉक थोड़ा कंसोलिडेट भी कर रहा है। मेरी सलाह रहेगी आप यहाँ पे एवरेज आउट करिए, एंड इसे लॉन्ग टर्म के लिए आप इसे आराम से होल्ड कर सकते हैं। सो टेंशन का इसमें कोई बात नहीं है, इट्स जस्ट एक सभी डिफेंस स्टॉक्स में हमने अच्छी खासी प्रॉफिट बुकिंग देखी है जो जीआरएससी में भी दिख रही है। सो ये लेवल्स पे आप एवरेज करके अपने कॉस्ट को नीचे लेके आ सकते हैं।
Okay, fair point. Let's take another one. This one is from our YouTube that we are getting. This one is Aarti Jain. She wants your views on Ashok Leyland, if you could share with her what exactly is pushing the stock higher and what should be doing, what should she be doing at this point in time on Ashok Leyland.
Okay, so Ashok Leyland is a recently they announced the numbers, and the numbers are pretty good. And overall, the CV cycle is doing the recovery has started for the CV cycle. So this momentum is likely to continue going ahead. And if we look for the overall the company, the management expects the kind of guidance that they've given, they expect good growth for the rest of the FY26, and that will not only be led by the CVs, it will be led by the tractors, buses, and trailers. So across the segments, the management is pretty confident that the numbers will be pretty good, and they are also ramping up their defense business. Currently, it's a very small base, but then it will be over next 2 to 3 years. The company plans to double its revenue to 10 billion. So the outlook remains quite positive, though it's a slow-moving counter. But then the structural growth remains intact for the company. So with patience, you can continue to hold on to it.
Okay, fair point. I hope this has answered your question. Vinu writes in, says, hi Sakshi, is it the correct time to enter NSDL shares? I have a horizon of 1 to 2 years. Okay, Sneha, so this is a broad question coming in your way. The NSDL IPO came in and got listed last week, and we did see that, a lot of retail investors' interest was continuing to hover around the IPO as well. Many of them have also got the IPO, and now they want to know. Today also the stock went up 10% odd in trade beyond even 1400 levels. So, after last couple of sessions of a move after listing, should one enter right now? Should one wait it out? What exactly would you advise?
See, my suggestion would be to wait it out. Already, the stock has rallied almost 50%, 40-50%, and the valuations now is not really that comfortable. Though the stock is really good fundamentally, but the valuations currently doesn't provide the comfort. So, given that the market is in a consolidation mode, so the stock can come witness some profit booking and come down. Let's not hurry into it, and let's wait for the right opportunity to enter into the stock.
Okay, got that. In the end, just to benefit all our viewers, Sneha, could you highlight for our viewers any top 2 or 3 stock ideas that you may have identified? I do know that the markets have been in a consolidative zone in the last 6 weeks, and therefore it gets very difficult to pick and choose stocks and sectors in this kind of a market. But anything that's come afresh onto your radar post earnings maybe?
Okay, so in the large cap, I would suggest to go with either HDFC Bank or ICICI Bank, because bank is one sector where there's a lot of comfort in terms of valuations as well as the in terms of outlook, because it's completely domestic focused. So there would be as such not much of impact of the US tariff. So this sector is somewhat, we believe it's resilient. So one can actually and among banks, ICICI or HDFC Bank are the much safer bets, and moreover, their numbers were very strong. Though today there's some negative news with regards to ICICI raising their minimum savings bank balance, but then leaving the short-term negatives aside, from the long-term perspective, these two are the strong. From one-year perspective, I would suggest HDFC Bank and ICICI Bank can be looked at. Apart from this, and from the mid-cap side, probably one can look at KEI or Polycap kind of companies,
Okay.
which would benefit from the overall the capex which the government has front-loaded, and moreover, the real estate cycle continues to be pretty strong. So both these sectors will drive growth for the overall cables and wires, and both the companies' numbers were pretty good. So this is one sector wherein the exports is very limited. So it's largely domestic focused, and this could be one stock which can be added from the long-term perspective.
Fair point. Okay, Sneha, we'll thank you then for being with us on this special edition and for sharing with us all those insights with our viewers and helping them out with their key questions. Appreciate your time with us. Thank you so much for being with us. All right, viewers, 100 points higher in trade for the Nifty 24,463. Looks like we are finally looking at some stabilization on the markets. But let's see what happens over the next 2.5 hours in trade. Will we get back above 24,500 and therefore start to build on strength, which we have lost over the last couple of weeks? That's something that we will continue to highlight for all of you. So stay tuned with us on Business Today Television as we keep marking the movements of the markets for you. And of course, we will be back with the closing edition at 3 p.m. Stay tuned for that.
नमस्कार नितिन जी, वंस अगेन आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है, धन्यवाद। आपने जो बिज़नेस टुडे इंडिया 800 का स्पेशल एडिशन रिलीज़ किया है, इसका एक बड़ा ख़ास जो हमने प्रयास किया इस बारी कि इतना बड़ा